Hi everyone! So we're going to do some floor bar today just to work on the strength and conditioning of the muscles used for ballet. Also we're going to do some stretching towards the end. So let's start with a port de bras. If you take semi-supine position, so bring the knees up in a comfortable position and let the natural curve happen in the back. So don't flatten it all the way to the floor, but also don't arch your back there. Just let the natural curve happen. Arms out to the side. And we're going to take the right arm across the chest, let the knees fall to the side and meet that hand, and then reverse the action. And then again. And then we're going to take a circle of this top arm, opening, follow that hand round with the head, feel the stretch through the chest, and then peel the arm back. And then one more time, and circle the arm the other way, down, and then over the head. And then we repeat it on the left, so across, open, across, circle, across, circle. And then we're going to extend the legs down, bring the arms down to bras bas. Bring the arms up to first. You want to feel a flattening of your shoulder blade so it's flat against the floor instead of anything sticking in there. And then try and keep that spread across the back as you open the arms to second. But don't let them touch the floor. Keep them lifted there and then bring them down to bras bas. We'll do that twice. And then we'll take it up to fifth. Again, make sure the hands don't go to the floor, that would be behind you if you were standing upwards, so keep them just lifted, kind of in line with the top of your head, and then open, feeling that flat on your back, and then we'll finish there. To warm up the feet and also work on warming up the turnout. So we'll keep our arms in first for the first section of this exercise. Make sure this is to kind of help you keep lifted so you're not sinking down in there, keeping the back straight and up on those sit bones. So feet flexed, and we're going to take the right foot half point, so as if you're on demi, and then point, reverse, up, and then turn out. Make sure that turnout is coming from these muscles up here, not just the lower half of the body. And then repeat in turn out, half point, flex, close, and then repeat on the left, half point, point, half point, flex, turn out, half point, point, half point. And then do it with both legs twice. Turn out. Feel that squeeze of the muscles there, using those rotators to turn out the legs. And here your legs don't need to be together, it's about working those muscles, not about the positioning of how far apart the legs are. Obviously we're not going to be in second, but yeah, it doesn't matter if they're that little bit further apart. And then, and then we're going to take the arms to fifth, and then we're just going to work on turning out, from those tops of the legs. Do that 4 times just to get that turnout action rotating. And then we'll relax over the legs, just take a quick hamstring stretch, and then rolling up through the body, lifting up through that back, keeping that long spine, and then again, and rolling up. Okay. Is to start warming up that passive position and turning out into that passive position, so warming up the hip joint mainly. Again, we'll take this semi-supine position we saw from the port de bras, and we're going to keep our arms in first to keep that structure of the top half of the body. And what you're going to do is turn out, bring that foot to point there instead of flat. Keep the right leg on flat to keep that support. Point that left foot, and then you're going to turn out as far as you are able, but don't let it just hang. Make sure the support is coming from the muscle in that turnout. Keep the heel lifted so your foot is not sickled on the floor. And then also you want to make sure that both butt cheeks are on the floor basically, so you're not cheating it and pushing that turnout there. Just go to where you naturally can. And then extend the leg down below you, and then turn it in to draw it back up. And we'll do that twice on the left, just to where you can, keeping that muscle supporting the turnout. Extend, turn in, and then repeat on the right. And then we're going to do it with both legs. So this requires a lot more control, so that's why we didn't want to collapse one side, because you're not going to be able to do that on both sides. So you want to keep the muscles working together to keep that turnout. This is a part where you could over-arch your back to try and help those legs do the movement. Make sure you're not doing that. Keep that natural curve on the floor to keep the support, and also engage those abs to protect the lower back from doing that. And then we'll do it with both legs 4 times. And then we're just going to do it in reverse. So we'll start with the extension of the leg, turn out the foot, draw it up to a passe, and close twice with one leg. I think this way is slightly easier. So we're starting with the hard way. And then both legs together. Working that turnout. Keeping those arms supported above you the whole time. Don't let them sink or get too low. Make sure they're keeping you supported. inclined just to get those glutes working. So lying on the side, keep this arm here for support. Legs bent up, kind of like a semi-supine position but on the side. Lifting the feet up, knees together on the floor, and then open, close. I'm sure you all know what clams are. We're just going to do 20 on each side. Keeping those feet off the floor just to make that a little bit harder. And if you have resistance bands, you can use those around your knees just to give that extra bit of work in the glute. Okay, give it a go.
What?
This will help strengthen those back muscles, which is particularly useful for arabesques, because as well as getting the flexibility in the leg and the strength in the leg to keep up there, you need the back to get that counterbalance and to keep that strong position in arabesque line. So we're going to go on to our fronts. If you have bony hips like me, you can put like a jumper or something on your hips to protect it from the floor. So we're going to lie on our front, legs relaxed, but you're going to want to engage your glutes. So arms in fifth above your head, and just raise back up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do that twice, and then the third time we're going to raise, and then we're going to reach this arm around behind us, bring it back up and down. When doing this, again, you're going to want to engage those abs to protect the back, because although this is a back strengthening exercise, you don't want to put unnecessary pressure on your back, which is where the abs come in, to really hold you up as well, giving that counter strength. Yeah, so that last bit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll repeat it, reaching the right arm behind. So up 2, down 2, up 2, down 2, up 2, round 2, back around 2, down 2. The other thing, whilst doing this, to keep in mind, relax the shoulders. Some people might feel like this will help. It's not going to help at all, or it might just be a natural reaction that happens. So try and keep that neck long, keep the space around the head, and try and keep the strain out of your arms as well. Well, obviously you need a bit of structure, and you need a bit of strength in your arms, but don't get too tense where the fingers start doing weird things. Just keep it all relaxed up here and let the back and the abs do the work. Okay, give it a go. feet pointed, right over left in a fifth position. Have your arms kind of by your side, not gripping the floor, but with a bit of support just to give you that structure. And then we're going to take the right leg up to passe, 1, 2, développé out, 3, 4, and then we're going to go flex point, using the metatarsals like we warmed up in the tendus. Flex all the way through the foot, point, flex, point. Don't forget about that underneath foot, reaching away and keeping pointed as well. And then we're going to bring this leg into attitude, 1, 2, extend 3, 4, and then slowly lower down using that strength, maintaining the turn out of the leg. 5, 6, don't just drop down, all the way to the end. And then you have 2 counts, 7, 8, to roll onto your sides, and we'll repeat to the side. When you're in this side position, use the arm to support you, but also you don't want to be a straight line. You want to have your feet slightly in front of your body. If I just go this way, so you don't want to be like this, because you're not very stable, and that's actually not how we stand as humans. You want to have your feet slightly in front of you like that. That is a more natural, like the standing position. So we're going to take it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, flex, point, don't forget about the underneath foot, attitude, extend, slowly lower down using that control, and then roll onto your front to do it to the back. Obviously at the back your leg is not going to go as high. We want to focus on keeping the hips to the floor, so we're square. Whichever leg you're working, that hip will raise a little bit, that is natural. But you just you want to make sure you're not completely cheating it and twisting your back. Also, when we're doing it to the back, we're going to have this position, so the arms at kind of right angles, supporting you. So that's a strong structure there. Also, be careful of what your neck is doing, where your head is going, so don't look all the way down, because that's breaking the line of the neck there. You want to keep that up and extended, so just keeping the line of the spine going. So to the back, 1, 2, and I don't have full turnout, so when I do this passe, I'm keeping the knee on the floor, which means I can't get that foot to the back of my knee without lifting my hip. That's fine, I'm working on that turnout there. 1, 2, extend 3, 4, flex, point, little attitude, extend, lower down. Yeah? Another thing I just noticed that I was doing there, in this structure, make sure you're keeping lifted, don't sink into the shoulders there. Keep that support. Yeah? See the difference? Okay, give it a go. So just lie flat, cross your feet over, and then we'll also combine it with a little bit of core work. So bring our arms to our bar and come up to a crunch position, keeping that core engaged. And then lift the legs, and we're going to do 32 beats. Keep the neck relaxed, keep those legs working, and the core engaged. Once we've done 32, we'll turn over and we'll do it on our fronts. Again with that support structure. Lifting the legs. Keep the glutes working to maintain that action. And again, if your hips are hurting, just put a jumper or something underneath them to protect them from the floor. Okay, give it a go. So we're just going to take a quick stretch before we move on to grand battement. Lying on your back, lift the knee up to the chest. And extend that leg in front. Keeping the opposite hip flat to the floor. And lower. Left leg, knee to the chest. Extend the leg in front. So start lying on your back, arms to the side to support your body and the right leg on top of the left, feet pointed. We're going to take 3 to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure you keep both hips flat on the floor. We're not twisting as we lift that leg. And then you have 2 counts, 7, 8. To roll onto your side. Remember to keep the feet slightly in front of the body so it's not a complete straight line. 3 to the side, 2, 3, and then 2 counts to roll onto your front. Taking this supported position again, remember keeping the neck long to keep that line of the spine, not sinking into the shoulders, keeping supported. And then 3 to the back. Your hip will come off the floor a little bit, but make sure we're not twisting it to get that height. We'll do that and then 8 counts transition to go to the left side.